Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am bringing you my Christmas gift box. So firstly I'm going to apologise for all these shadows. Out of nowhere the sun's decided to shine out of my window, which is there, and it's really quite high as well, the sun, and it's just streaming through, creating all these shadows, and it's the cloudiest of cloudy days, so I just have no clue why that sun's decided to burst through, so I apologise. But this is my Christmas gift box. As you can see, it is a good size. It does take quite a bit of cardstock, I'm not going to fib, excuse me, but I just love this, and I love the fact that the Peaceful Prince is so versatile as well, and it's so pretty. I had to use this gingham ribbon, so it's part of the Halloween suite. I forget which one it's called because I didn't have the Halloween suite this year, but I loved the ribbon, and I do love gingham. It's just my favourite. I think it's really pretty, and when I saw these trees I just thought, yes, that ribbon will work perfectly, so it kind of all led from the ribbon and the DSP, and the rest just came with it. But yeah, it's a good size box. I'm not going to undo that ribbon because it's relatively pretty, and I don't want to mess it up, but you will see the decent size that it is when we make it. It is 3.5 by 3.5 inches, 9 by 9 centimetres, so it is a good size box. So let's go ahead and make it, because it's not difficult, but there's a lot of layers to it. So for your actual box itself, you're going to need 2 sheets of cardstock that are 10 by 7.5. You're going to score both of them exactly the same. So 25.5 by 19.5 in centimetres. We're going to score the short side at 3.5 and 7, which will be 9 and 18 centimetres. 3.5 and 7, 9 and 18 centimetres. Then on the long side we're going to score at 3.5, which is 9 centimetres. When you are doing this, just make sure that you score both sides the same way, so I have both of my thin strips to the right hand side. Just makes life a little easier. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish all of these up. And as I say, it is a really simple box, but it's one that I do like. So, and I always find a use for them at Christmas as well, for lovely gifts. So, simplest thing now, we're just going to cut up these bottom squares, and we're going to cut away this thin tab here, and just a little notch off the end there. I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. So I'm cutting up there and then get rid of this thin section here. And then I'm going to run some adhesive down one strip at the moment. And then I'm just going to line this up with the score line and that line on the top. So I now have my huge piece, and now I'm going to add my layers. So we're going to start off with some basic black layers. So you need 4 of these that are 6.25 by 3.25. So we're going to stick these on our panels here, and that will be 16 by 8.5 centimetres. This is where you get through a fair amount of adhesive, but again, like I said, cardon adhesive, but I love it. I love the boxes, I love the DSP, and I just think they will look fabulous. And I haven't used a lot of basic black either recently, so yeah, I had to really use some at some point. Okay, so once you've stuck those on, you then need 4 strips of DSP, and these are 6 by 3 or 15.5 by 8 centimetres. And then these just layer on the top. See how quick this is coming together? I mean, yes, I know I've prepped my DSP, etc., but either way, it is a fairly quick box to put together and decorate, which I love. I love quick projects that look amazing. And that's another reason for the punches as well, because they just make everything quicker and easier and look amazing with little effort. Just fabulous. Okay, so those are my panels done. So now I'm going to run some on here, and then I'm just going to fold that over and that over, because that will automatically line up. And then you just need to create your bottom. Now obviously you've got 2 join lines, so it's entirely up to you which one you go with as being the back, but you're just going to fold in the sides, the back, and then leave the front out. Now I am just going to add some adhesive to here, just to help hold this piece down. So I'm going to pop a piece there, that one there, and then again just get my head in the way, pop some on there and fold it over and inside, and there is your box. And as I said, you can now see how big and quite sturdy it is actually as well. That's a good box. Okay, for your lid you need a piece that is 5.5 by 5.5 or 14 by 14 centimetres. I'm going to use this. Oh no, I'm not actually. I'm just going to grab, I forgot to get some out for my shim. So I'm just going to grab some, okay, it might have to be cherry cobbler because that's the first thing I've come to. Oh, there we go. So don't forget your shim for your lid. 5.5 by 5.5, 14 by 14, and we're going to score all our sides at 1 inch, which is 2.5 centimetres. Okay. And then we know the drill with this now. We're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. We're going to cut these corner squares into tabs. I mean, look, when we're on 8 minutes, and probably the first minute I was just waffling, might have even been 2 minutes. So actually, quickest box on record. Okay, get rid of those bits. And then we're going to put our layers on this one. So for the top, you will need 3.25 by 3.25, 8.5 by 8.5 centimetres. And then your DSP will be 3 by 3 or 8 by 8. And then your side panels, so you have your basic black, I can't see which way round these were cut, I think that's right. And so your basic black ones, which you need 4 of, are 3.25 by 3/4 or 8.5 by 2. And they obviously go on your 4 sides here. And then your DSP is 3 inches by 1/2 of an inch, which can be a little bit fiddly. And that will be 8 by 1.5 centimetres. So they're just wide enough for you to roll this. Oh hey, the sun's coming out again. Oh my crumbs, come on now. Play the game, thank you. So just pop your strips of DSP on. Oh lordy, come on. I think it's going to be one of those days, isn't it, where the sun keeps coming out and going away. Mind you, when I did walk my dogs this morning, I couldn't believe how cool it was. It really felt quite autumnal, which, don't get me wrong, I love, because autumn is one of my favourite seasons. But yeah, I was actually thinking to myself that I may need a jacket on when I take them this afternoon if it doesn't get much warmer. So yeah, so those are all my panels popped on there. And then my adhesive. Pop my tabs together. Pop this one on my box. So just make sure that lid is on. I always like to do it this way, then I know that it's going to fit. So there. That's that. Just obviously, as you saw there, just be mindful of those layers when you are putting your lid on. And then once your lid's in place, that gorgeous black and white gingham ribbon. Make sure I've got enough there for a bow. Give that a trim. And then I'm going to tie this up and over. Make sure it's not twisted anywhere. Right. Try and make a pretty bow. It's always quite difficult when you're putting a bow on something to keep the other part of the ribbon taut, to keep this bit taut, but oh hey, I think that's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, no more fiddling, just trim those slightly. And then I just want to decorate the front panel there. Although I know this one has the pine trees on, I'm still going to do this pretty little thing here. So that Whisper White is my, Basic White is my panel. And it is 2 by 2 3/4, and it is 5 by 7 centimetres. So that's just going to sit on the front there. And then I have some real red. I'm going to stamp my tree in red. Oh, and my thumbnail by the looks of it. Okay. So I have some basic black here that I'm just literally going to punch a couple of these pine trees out of. And then, so they will sit on there. And then have the perfectly played, beautiful stamp set, which as you can see is well loved. And I'm using the gingham tree as well to stamp in red. Now I'm a little confused because I've clearly not left myself any out for my sentiment. I'll give that a quick scrub, but I have some here, so we're all good. So I'm going to get rid of that while I've got my ink out and just grab Ho 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 and just stamp that on the bottom. Oh crumbs, my stomach's rumbling. I do apologise. Right, so let's get rid of that and let's punch this one out. Didn't give myself enough card. There we go. So that's that bit done. Right, then we're going to stick these. Just simply stick these onto this piece of gorgeous basic white. And this one gets stuck on the top like so. I then need to just trim my ho-ho, which went on with a couple of dimensionals. I don't know why my stomach's rumbling because I had breakfast. Okay, so back off those. That's just going to sit across the centre there. And then just to add some bling, because you have to add bling, don't you? I have these fabulous holiday rhinestones. So I think the yellow one's nearest the top because they remind me of the star. And now I have a sneeze coming too. Oh, bless me, sorry, crikey. Good job you're a camera away, isn't it? Add some red ones there. These beautiful ice blue ones on here. Some green ones. I love these, my favourites. There we go. And then this will go on again with some dimensionals on the back here because they need to sit either side of the ribbon. And once you've done that, just take these backings off. I've got red ink everywhere. Oops. And then this will just sit just there, and there we have it. Those are my Christmas gift box, which are a great size for many treats and gifts. Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you all again soon, and don't forget you've not got long left to get this paper, so get it while you can. Celebration doesn't last forever. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.